back in Week 11. The Giants lost their previous game against the Cowboys. Can Dallas finish the sweep? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 away to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now Jones. And his first pass is incomplete.
These two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas.
Well, the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They're able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to
looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, and all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. He'll get 3 up to midfield. This defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him to try and cover him before he gets going.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. To throw again on second down. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This is caught. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. This is Tony Pollard. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes left side. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Possession switching back to the New York Giants. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
You better be ready next.
Micah Parsons charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. This turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the play.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
The partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85, but then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On the option right, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here pulled in by Galladay. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Jones throwing on 1st down. Going right back to Galladay. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Jones now on 3rd and 2. Open man right side is Ingram. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen. Let's go. Bring up fourth down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The give is to Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Prescott off play action. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here, as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They begin with a run by Barkley. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. To Barkley on the check down. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
All day, every day, any day. Check 3, check 3, check 3. We're running 54 wire.
Prescott now. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Prescott on first down. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Prescott looks to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. From the 22, Prescott under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
That's not good. 29 is Mike. We're going to 54 wire. Here we go. Here we go. 29 is Mike. Mike 29.
To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. The former Buckeye, Justin Fields, with a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Chase Claypool, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And that one, all even as they play the visiting Cleveland Browns. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
Here we go.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott being chased out left. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A handoff to Barkley. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. This is Lamb on the end around. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Mike 29. I got you, punk. He's coming. He's coming. Double up. Deuce.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
29 is Mike 29. Here we go, D.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. A give to Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And down to the 29-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Watch the slant. Watch the safety creep. Check them. We're going to 54. Why here? Tighten up. We're going to 53. Still going to 54. Going to 54. Why here?
A first down throw for Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
Let's get it.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 44, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Throwing, Jones. Pryor has it complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A line ball down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that certainly changes things just a touch. Instead of a game-time field goal here in the fourth, it's 6 points the other way and a 2-score lead.
And how about the awareness defensively? Because it's one thing to block it. It's absolutely another to locate it, scoop it, and take it the other way. Just an incredible job right there.
Zerline good with a PAT. That makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now Jones on first down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Jones gets this quickly to Ingram. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Giants on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. He's going to let it go again. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Check 43. Check nickel. Under 10. Kill. Kill. 47.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. third drive coming up for New York's offense.
And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The second down and 10 there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Giants on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into the hands of Ingram. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To throw is Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Jones. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
They'll run with Barkley. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A first down carry by Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go, 46. Check.
Here's Elliott. Bust through the tackle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Dallas, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.